Hi everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, please subscribe if you haven't already. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So, highs and lows in today's episode. Oh, the sun is so bright behind me. But let's get right to it, because I can't even right now. I cannot even right now. You don't understand. So, Lucas and Brad, we haven't, seen them together in a while, so that was nice. And, they talk about Britt a little bit. And I don't know, it was kind of making me a little nostalgic. I know I wasn't a big fan of Britt until, I don't know, the end. I don't know. Was I ever, a huge fan of her? But I kind of miss her. Is that weird? Does anyone else, miss Britt? You're not sure if you want her to come back, but you kind of miss her a little bit? Because I do. And, but I don't understand why the two of them are, dredging up the past and, the bad part of their past. I don't know. If I had a bad part of my past with a partner, I wouldn't want to dredge it up, right before a big evening out. But maybe that's just me. They're really cute together, but I kind of liked the Felix. What is this piece of hair doing? Felix and Lucas together, but I warmed up to Brad and Lucas together, and they're cute. I'm not going to lie. And then Lucas leaves to go to the nurse's ball rehearsal, and someone shows up at Brad's door, and I can't help but think it's Britt because they talked about her the whole episode. So not a huge surprise there. I'll be surprised if it isn't Britt. At the nurse's ball, Molly talks to Elizabeth about Rick and her's breakup and the fact that they're back together. And can I just say, Molly's hair looks amazing. I'm jealous. I want my hair to be that long. Let's do this. And Molly and Elizabeth talk about how Rick did an online dating service, and it turns out the woman he went on a date with was married. So kind of I don't know, Elizabeth had a thought. You could tell she had a thought. We don't know what the thought was, but she had a thought. And then Hayden shows up at the nurse's ball to talk to Rick about payment, and Rick shaved, and it was really throwing me off, because I'm like, who's that? And I'm like, oh my god, that's Rick. I thought it like that too, in that voice. And TJ sees Rick and Hayden with their heads together, and TJ tells Molly about the rude client, because Rick's like, oh, that was just a client that blah, 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 blah. So TJ tells Molly about the rude client Rick was dealing with, and then they decide, and TJ heard him say no one can see us together or something like that, but TJ and Molly decide that TJ just heard it wrong, and they move on with their lives. At Windermere, Nicholas and Valerie meet, and she's moving in today, and Lulu inquires whether Nicholas is taking Rosalie to the nurse's ball, and Nicholas says that he and Rosalie are just starting out, and he doesn't want to make it official by taking her to the ball, and Nicholas offers to bring Valerie to the nurse's ball with him and Spencer. And then while Lulu and Valerie are off to Valerie's room to unpack her stuff, Hayden shows up randomly because she's weird like that. Is she swimming there? I don't know. And Valerie then tells Lulu that she realizes Lulu wasn't just trying to, get rid of her, that she really wanted her to have more room and just, be in a less intrusive space. And then Valerie walks in on Hayden and Nicholas, and then to make it worse, Valerie goes, oh, you must be Rosalie. Nope. And then Hayden gets all mad after Valerie leaves because she's like, Valerie, who's that? And Nicholas is like, extended family. And she's like, but who's Rosalie? How many women are you with? And I'm like, Hayden, you literally, are the one that pursued him into, a corner. So I don't know where you got the idea that you two were exclusive or something like that. Because, you both have a lot to lose if either of you snitches on the other one. And just, I don't understand what her issue is. I really don't. They never established that they were in an exclusive relationship. At the hospital, Ned slept over in Olivia's hospital room because he's so sweet, and he's crazy about her. They're adorable, and I'm just so happy. And Dante comes to visit Olivia, and Dante tells Olivia that Lulu is a little bit uncomfortable around Valerie, and that Lulu always seems to come in when he and Valerie are hugging, and that immediately gets Olivia's attention. So Olivia straight up asks if he thinks Valerie likes him, and Dante said no. They just bonded over the fact that they were raised by single mothers, and there's nothing more to it than that. So when Dante goes on to say, at least your baby daddy isn't a mobster, Olivia, makes a face, and Dante's like, what? But then Ned walks in, so it's cool. And then, oh my goodness, then out of all the things to happen, Ned and Olivia are leaving, and Olivia's in a wheelchair, and they're talking. I don't know why. They're talking about the biggest secret, that Olivia is currently being blackmailed, and Ned has no shares in the LQ over, like, in the middle of a hallway, but they're talking about how Julian Jerome is really the baby's father, and Sam just happens to be around the corner and hears it, and oh my god. And I feel for Sam, because you could tell she, like, just, like, is, like, knocks her head against the wall, because she's like, I didn't want to hear that, I don't want to know this, like, why do I have to overhear that information? Oh my goodness, I feel for her, like, I'd much rather not know. And speaking of Sam, earlier, Jake and Sam meet up in the hospital, because Jake has an appointment with Patrick that apparently gets canceled at the last minute because Patrick was called into emergency surgery. So they talk about the ring, and Sam's like, I never got to properly thank you. And Sam gives Jake tickets to the nurses' ball. And he tries to get out of it. He's like, I don't know who I was before, but I feel like I wasn't a big fan of big social events. But she manages to talk him into it and says that Elizabeth will be there and, like, Rick will be too, but blah, blah, blah. And push comes to shove, Jake's gonna be at the nurses' ball, and he actually shows up at the end, but, like, nothing really happens there. Didn't I have a thing about the nurses' ball? Oh, I already did it. See, I switched the order last minute, so I got confused. In New York City, now here was, like, the big, like, dun 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 of the whole episode. Carly goes to visit fake model Jake in New York City. So he's, like, playing dumb, and I'm like, that is not gonna fly with Carly. And then he grabs her arm to throw her out, and I'm like, hell no. Like, no. She's not leaving there without every little bit of information that she wants to know. So she confronts him with the picture of their wedding picture, and then Carly has him up to his neck in evidence, and he really tries to explain his way out of it, but it's really no use, and she insists on knowing why he's doing this, and then she threatens to call the cops because technically he's committed fraud, and fake model Jake tells her that he'll tell her everything she wants to know, and then fake model Jake asks, like, I know we know his name now, but I don't really care. Asks, like, why are you so interested? Like, why are you going to pay a PI? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, she has more money than God. Like, she can hire a PI that isn't her friend because, you know, I don't know. That isn't her friend and not even, like, feel it in her pocket. So, like, he needs to calm down. Like, hiring a PI is probably, like, a expensive dinner, like, for her. Like, I don't get it. So, whatever. Not that I don't get it. He doesn't get it. I get it. Like, let's move on. I've lost my train of thought. So, I'm like, dude, just answer her questions. Because now all of a sudden he wants his questions answered. And she's like, you know what, whatever. I'm going to call the cops. And he's like, wait. I'll tell you everything you want to know. Don't. He gets really nervous, you know? So, he's telling her that someone with deep pockets paid him to take the pictures with Hayden, and she's like, who? And then fake model Jake kind of describes the guy a little bit, that, like, he has a vested interest, and Jake, like, you know, not remembering who he is, and da-da-da-da. And Carly's like, is it Rick Lansing? And he never answers. So we'll get the answer tomorrow, even though we already know the answer, you and me. We got this. My first episode of my new subscription to ABC Soaps in Death came yesterday, so I'm definitely checking that out after my RPR on Saturday. I might be scarce tomorrow and Friday. Friday, I'm probably not uploading a video. It really depends. I'm not sure right now. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. I might see you Monday. Like, the next time I see you will be Monday. But until then, I hope you have a great day. Bye!